The world #1 Magnus Carlsen. Black has draw odds in Armageddon, but starts with 3 minutes less. So more time for white, but white is in a must-win situation.
Last game of the day, right here, right now, the big showdown between Hikaru and Magnus. Predictions, Vichy, what do you think is going to happen in this one?
Magnus is a big expert on this line. I'll still take Magnus.
Magnus.
Oystein, prediction.
Well, here I have to return to, I guess. I mean, he's my favorite at the end of the day. When we got Armageddon.
Rooting for Magnus Carlsen and predicting his win. He will win the Armageddon also in case of a draw. So that is the good thing about Armageddon. There will be a winner no matter what. In terms of the opening, Vichy, comparing to the classical game, how do you see this opening?
It's quite a well-known opening. I think Magnus plays it a hell of a lot, so nothing he's not familiar with.
I'm not going to break any ties. I think Magnus is taking this one as well. That's my prediction. Anna, you're the last one. What's your prediction?
You're putting me on the spot. I enjoy being a host, so I don't need to answer any of the questions. I can just ask you the questions. Hikaru, I'm going to say Hikaru. Someone has to also say that Hikaru is a beast at fast time control, and he's going to try to keep his time advantage. I think he wants to have that time pressure on Magnus for the rest of the game.
Fair enough. But the position certainly doesn't demand too much calculation right now, and this is definitely playing in Magnus's favor. It is going to be a long game, that is true. Nevertheless, it's going to be very difficult for Hikaru to create any separation in this position. Bishop to f4, and in fact you can see the bar already drop below the midpoint, meaning that Magnus has a slight advantage. Of course, it's nothing. It's still completely equal. Knight to b6, get the other knight to d5. It seems too easy for Magnus.
Yes,
whenever I see this type of positions, you're thinking, when is the last time Magnus lost this type of position? And I cannot remember. I don't have an answer. He
so
doesn't
when is the
lose
last
this
time
type
he
of
lost
symmetric.
in Armageddon? We know he's an Armageddon expert. He won 5 times out of 6 games last year here
Whenever
in
he
Norway
lost
Chess
that
in
one,
Armageddon.
that 6th one, yes, that was the last time. And I don't know which one that is. I think it was against Abdusatorov. I want to say it was against Abdusatorov, but I'm not 100% sure.
I remember the last game of 2019, Magnus lost the Armageddon to Fabi.
Yes. No, it was one in 2023.
Yeah, but I was wondering what's the more recent one. I don't know.
Bishop to e5, and again, Hikaru, as you predicted, Anna, is maintaining his lead on the clock. This is hugely critical to this game, to this situation, if he wants to maintain any sort of chances to get the victory.
He's keeping his time advantage, which is crucial in Armageddon. You start with an extra 3 minutes, and so far he's been doing very well keeping that time advantage on the clock. Bishop goes to the center. There's a potential trade between the dark squared bishops, and this light squared bishop of black is also maneuvering toward the central squares and the long diagonal.
Bishop to e4. Magnus takes a sip of the water, showing some confidence, showing some relaxation right now. And the onus is on Hikaru to find the advantage, which, by the way, for the first time in this game, seems to be on his side. Seems to be
On Hikaru's
that Hikaru has.
maybe rook c1.
Yeah, that's exactly the move.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Because
the
c4
move.
is coming, right?
Bishop d5, you cannot create this.
Yeah, because knight takes c4.
Knight takes c4.
Unless there's some e4.
No, you're
it's
right.
b5,
You're right. So what is it?
And there's a pin. Our other
Another
favorite
pin.
word.
So many pins today.
So many. But what's the point? So what if
Maybe some queen b1.
just queen to b1? Okay. Oh, so what Magnus was trying to do is get the queen on d5 and create this.
Did he play rook
setup.
c1? Yeah, he did.
He did. Rook ac1 is on the board.
Some pressure on the world #1, time pressure as it is from Armageddon, but also now pressure in terms of the position. It's not as simple as it seems.
Absolutely not. Because if you have to go bishop b5 and allow queen b1, then you have to start thinking about ways to stop e4. And if you have to go f5, that's not something that you want. Allowing my knight to find a nice outpost in the center, no. That's not a good idea. That's not a good recipe. He plays
Magnus?
c5.
He pushes his pawn. He wants to trade in the center. He's offering this pawn for free. That pawn can be captured by the white pawn.
If you take it, what he wants to do is reroute the knight towards that c5 square. Vishy, what to do right now? How do we get the advantage?
Okay, let's try. D takes c5, knight d7.
He took. Knight d7 is on the
Queen
board.
b4, is it?
On the board.
Yeah. And if bishop c6, oh, he's going knight f6, but then it's a fairly decent pawn. This is not the ugliest pawn I've seen.
Yes.
Ugliest extra pawn I've seen. So I can rotate the knight to db3 or something and protect it forever.
Keep it for a long time. Indeed. Indeed. Bishop h3, that's a cagey move right there. Vishy, can you explain this move to us?
He doesn't want to allow the exchange of bishops, but on the other hand, black could have taken on f3 and done that and played b6 somewhere, and he's a pawn down, but perhaps it's not hopeless. But anyway, he went queen c7. So now white can play knight d2. Oh, he's got knight d4.
Knight d4.
And also, by the way, notice that c8 is not happening, and e6 is not happening because the bishop takes e6.
That's a good spot right there.
So that's also...
That's a family fork, and I'm not going to take your rook, I'm going to take your queen.
Yes.
You like that one, the family fork. Oystein, yes. b6. All right, what do we have here? I don't think we want to take on b6.
Magnus sacrificed the pawn, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He's a pawn down right now.
Yeah.
That's
That's something I see good players do, and which I never do.
Yes. He's trying to stay close. He's saying that even with a pawn down, he has enough activity and enough compensation for it. And he might be right. I think he's right.
According to machine,
It seems very even right now. Let's see how he's going to try to win this one. Let's not forget, Magnus only needs a draw. Hikaru needs to find the path to victory right now.
He has the extra pawn, but as Christian pointed out, the activity of the black pieces compensates here. He still has more time, which is a key factor, especially since there is no increment until they reach move 40. So Magnus has 4 minutes versus Hikaru's 5 minutes, 20 seconds. But he is now thinking for a longer time. He has spent a minute already on this decision. And in fast chess, spending a minute is a long to think. It's a lot of time.
Maybe some queen b2 or something. Is that possible?
Queen to b2, queen to c4 perhaps.
Yeah. But then I at least
You
take
on
b6.
b6.
But maybe even e5 works, yeah.
e5, displace this knight from d4 from the center.
Alternately, I could play a4. But it feels like queen c5 or something. Or maybe, no, not knight d5, queen c5 maybe.
Queen to c5.
Then rook a1.
Rook to a1, maybe just a simple knight. Now knight d5.
But again, knight e6 check.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. We should definitely show this.
It's not that much.
Black is fine, but
black is fine. I mean, I thought
at least you're getting something.
Pawn, yeah.
At least you're getting something right now.
Hikaru with the big time investment here. It's already been 2 minutes since he hasn't made a decision.
Maybe a3 so that you hold on to that pawn. And...
a3 seems to be the best move if he finds it, if he plays it. Big moment right now if he wants to maintain any sort of an edge at this point.
He already lost his time advantage after having thought for 2.5 minutes. He still hasn't made a move, and he now has less time than Magnus. He started with 3 more minutes than Magnus.
The problem with a3 is that queen to c5 is going to come in the position.
Yes, and then I thought knight b3, you go queen h5, yeah.
Queen to h5, yes.
That's a problem. Okay, so then I would have to play rook a1. Yes, it's not brilliant.
Hikaru has spent 2 minutes 43 seconds on this one. He played queen to b2.
Allowing queen c4 finally.
Allowing queen to c4 if you want to go for queen to c4. Rook to a4 is Magnus's choice.
Here I thought I could play bishop e6 and transfer to b3.
Trying to double up on the a file.
If I go bishop e6, b3...
That's a nice move. He played it.
Wow.
He played bishop
He's
e6.
trying to get that family fork that you were showing, Christian.
Oh, he would love to get that.
Everything is hanging. The entire royal family, therefore the family fork name.
But guess what? I'm starting to look at your king as well. With
Yes,
this rook.
but I'm quite happy to play f3 and rook f2. I think that'll keep me in.
f3, rook to f2, too.
Knight is coming to c2. Oh. And now, so he'll play knight e3, c4, try to land something on d5.
Magnus has pushed his flank pawn, this h pawn, alpha zero style.
Yep, that's exactly what he's going for. Knight to e3. I like this move that you
And
prescribed,
if
Vichy.
h4, is that even g4?
Why not? Yes, why not?
Okay,
Hikaru
so-
says, I don't want you to push your h pawn, so he's blocking it with his own flank pawn.
And
The computer criticizes
No, but
this
yes,
move.
because if I play queen c8, how are you going to stop queen h3?
The checkmate pattern on the light squares, has Hikaru missed this?
How did he not-
Magnus also doesn't play it.
Was queen c8 good?
Yes, best
Queen
move
c8
in the
was good.
position.
Okay, okay.
Best move in the position, queen to c8. Or queen
Oh,
d7.
black is much better.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Magnus
yes.
Carlsen with a missed chance there to exploit the weakness on the light squares. He instead jumps to the light square with the knight, which is not a bad idea on overall, but it blocks the queen's way. It can no longer get there.
Wait a minute. Knight to a3. What is this? Where is Hikaru going? He's going to c4, but this doesn't seem to be the right approach. In fact, what Magnus can do is go f5, f4, open up the position, get to the white king. He has decisive advantage if he finds that not an easy one. g5 with the same idea, try to open up the king. Good
Wow.
move, not decisive.
What a move. It seems like Hikaru Nakamura has lost the thread of the
But why did
game.
he take
He
on
had
c4?
the
He should
advantage
take on
earlier.
g5 probably, right?
Yes. Yes, taking
Because
on
now
g5.
gh4 might be just good.
gh4 is a great move if he plays it. Yes. gh4, give the exchange. But if you do that, this is just hopeless right now. Everything opens up. You take, in fact, you get checkmated.
Yeah.
This is a wild game, guys.
Extremely wide game, and it is
And
Magnus
rook
who has
c5
more
doesn't
time
look
now.
shabby either, but no, maybe it's the worst of the three. I can just take on h4.
Rook c5 is certainly a move. He took on h4.
The fork with the pawn to the f3, I guess that was a losing move from the start because that has been available for some time.
It was always, unfortunately, not working.
Can we
Yes.
point out the current move, the double exclamation mark by Magnus Carlsen? He keeps his rook hanging. You can capture that rook for free, but the attack against the white king is so strong, it doesn't matter that you're losing your rook.
Oystein, your move, f3. He played
The
it.
fork, indeed. Hikaru has played it, but he's still in trouble. What a game.
After queen c5, this seems to be bad news indeed for Hikaru. The reason for it, though, is not obvious. After you go king to g2, for example, now I just simply move my rook away. And then you take the bishop on e4, I go b5. And you don't have a way to stop me from going knight e3. Not easy. Still not over, still complicated enough that anybody can make a crucial mistake, a decisive mistake. At this point, queen c5.
King g2. Okay, now let's see if he finds rook a6.
King h1.
The king went to the corner, not going up to g2, but into the corner.
Wait a
How does
minute.
this change the evaluation and the
The same idea.
variation?
The same idea.
Exact same idea.
Rook a6 followed by b5. It seems like this knight just simply doesn't have any good squares. But this is not easy.
Rook a6 is such a difficult move to find. You kind of hide your rook for a moment.
This is truly not easy. This one can go either way, guys. A minute and 9 seconds
You mean
for
a draw
Magnus.
or a black win? Or?
Yes. He has a draw or the victory, but
Magnus has
I
draws,
see it
but
as a
there's
victory
no
for
time.
Hikaru.
Well, I don't see White winning this position yet.
Yes. He has 50 seconds on the clock, though.
There is no increment. This is still move 29. He
yeah.
has to speed up. The time pressure is hitting Magnus Carlsen down to his last 40 seconds, and he's
You're right,
still
the time pressure is
thinking.
building up a lot, yeah.
He's been spending a minute here. He's thinking too long. He doesn't have time to think here.
30 seconds for Magnus.
He's undecided.
There's no
on
way he plays
his
rook a6.
choice.
Bishop a8.
Ooh. He doesn't move the rook away. It can be captured now.
Absolutely. You can take that rook.
And Hikaru will. He will calculate it, and he will, because it's no longer a checkmate pattern.
Queen d2 is a very tempting move as well to start looking at that g5 square.
Hikaru takes
takes
the rook.
a5.
Magnus captures back, so Hikaru is up on material.
Queen d2 right now is better for white. Queen d2 right now is better for Hikaru. Hikaru has a great opportunity.
Pushes his central pawn instead. What a chaotic and wild game. Double exclamation mark for Magnus. He's back in the game, but he's only down to 21 seconds with no increment.
He's coming to check that king. He's coming towards that king right now. Queen to e7, queen to h4.
He's looking up the screen to see the move number, but he still has to play 9 moves.
But can that be stopped? That
Magnus right now is looking secured.
The position is, but the time situation, he still only has 13 seconds
So
left.
takes d4, e d4, d6, d3, c5, d2. Oh, he's going for this one instead. Okay. But wait, rook b1?
Rook b1, rook c8 was the only move. c5, Hikaru
Made
is
a
winning.
mistake.
Hikaru is winning.
Now the
c6 is
position
winning.
is winning
c6
in this
and c7.
endgame.
c6 is winning. He found it.
He did it. He's pushing the pass pawn. He's going to promote that
Rook b6,
pass
rook
pawn.
b6.
Wins, yeah.
Oh,
Or rook of c1 first if you want.
Hikaru is winning, guys. Oh no, rook gc1 is the only move right now.
Oh, because rook b6 and c8, you go rook
He
b2.
finds it. He
And
finds
now
it.
rook b6.
Rook b6
Oh my God,
delivers
what
the
a
goods.
tactical pattern. What a way. What a way to win the game against the world number 1.
Look at Hikaru. Wow. Wow,
we have
what a
Goodness
victory.
congratulate
me.
Hikaru.
What a game. It had its ups and downs. Magnus Carlsen with the better position and winning chances. Then Hikaru Nakamura survives and takes the advantage. Inaccuracies by both players. The bar was dancing. No time for either of the players. And in the end, Hikaru manages to find his beautiful tactical pattern. I think we need to rewind that moment.
The dramatic
Christian.